Hi, it's your astrologer from BellaDeVeraOfficial.wordpress.com, and I'm making fun astrology series. Um, series is, I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm doing now is what I don't like about the zodiac signs. So I'll start with Aries and go to Pisces. So for Aries, I don't like that Aries is the baby of the zodiac. That's just like an astrology fact. So about that, what I don't like about them is that they can be babies sometimes, like for no good reason. All of a sudden, sometimes when they just want to throw a fit about stuff, that gets on my nerves. Because like my Mercury's in a square aspect to Aries, so that can be part of it probably. Because I might say something blunt, all of a sudden they'll just act like a baby. I'm like, what's the big deal about that? So anyway, then there's Taurus. Taurus. Some Tauruses for some reason intimidate me. It's not all of them do, because there are plenty that I've come across in life that don't. It's not near all of Tauruses that do, like especially girls. Like I'm like, seriously, get over it. I'm an Aquarius. But anyway, for Taurus, so they have this intimidating, slow kind of talk. It irritates me. I'm like, can you like seriously talk normal like the rest of us? And when they're being bullheaded, I mean, that's why it intimidates me for some reason. When they're in a bad mood, I mean. But it's not all Tauruses that intimidate me, even if they're in a bad mood. Sometimes it makes me laugh, but anyway. Then there's Gemini. Gemini, obviously, I don't like that they're two-faced. It irritates me. My Mercury, especially, I don't have time for it. I'm like, just say it like it is. Like, don't like when you're friends with one person and then the next, and like me, like you're not great friends with me, but you are with that other person, but you're trying to be nice to me. I'm like, can you just like not do that? Like, don't worry that you have to make me feel like you're trying to be nice to me too, because I don't need you to be if we're not close. That irritates me so much about them. And then there's Cancer. Cancer is the overly emotional, most emotional zodiac sign, and that's what I don't like about them. When you breathe around them, sometimes they're emotional about it. I'm like, what the hell was that emotional for? It really wasn't. I'm like, take a chill pill. Life isn't that complicated. And then there's Leo. Leo is the ego, it's the sun sign, ruled by the sun. And they're permanently stuck on their throne with their crown, having an ego at everyone and like acting like we're all here equal to each other, but I'm up here. And I'm like, get over yourself. Seriously, you're not better than anyone. Anyway, Virgo, sometimes what I don't like about them is that they critique situations and people and stuff and everything else. I'm like, that didn't need your critique. Like people can breathe without you critiquing the situation or that one or every last one. I'm like, just like you don't need to have an opinion about everything that's happening. It's people breathing or whatever. Just like whatever. Let the situation be the way it is without your critique. Anyway, and then there's Libra. Libra is the balance sign, the scales, like justice. Like they like peace and harmony and getting along with everyone, and they'll go to great lengths to do that, even if it means not being in conflict. And what I don't like about them sometimes when it gets too far going that way, whenever you want to have a conversation and they don't want to say what they feel because they like to get along with people, I'm like, you need to learn to be able to handle conflict more, like without thinking it's scary, because it's really not that much. I don't think it's not the end of the world if there's conflict to deal with. Like you can deal with it in a nice way. You just can, have two. Of something. Um, and then there's Scorpio. I do get along with a lot of Scorpios actually, but the times that I don't, especially ones that I first meet, like sometimes they're, or not just first meet, but they're so intense and in your face all the time. And I'm like, I'm an Aquarius. I'm one of the most unemotional zodiac signs, and I'm the opposite of Leo, which is drama. So I already don't like drama. And then, but Scorpio though, when they're like in your face about stuff, I'm like, that's getting towards that drama stuff. I'm like, get out of my face. Like especially Scorpios that I just first meet. The second I meet them, some of them have been so intense and opinionated, like bossy. I'm like, just shut up. Like no one cares. Seriously. That's what I don't like about them. They're intense, like in your face, like bossy, opinionated personality. And then there's Sagittarius. My moon sign, Venus and Mars is a square aspect to Sagittarius, and they get on my nerves. The thing I don't like about them is that they're always cheery, 24/7, all the time. Whenever there's bad things going on in the world, they're like, okay, let's try to see the bright side of life. I'm like, no, like, let's be emotional for a little bit. Like, seriously, like, get over it. Like, people are allowed to have emotions or be in a, like, bad mood, like, mad mood. Like, I don't need to see the bright side of life all the time. Like, it's not realistic to. And that irritates me so much about them. I can just, like, scream sometimes when they're acting that way. I'm like, just go tell someone else about your cherry mood. I don't want to hear it. Seriously. And then there's Capricorn. What I don't like about Capricorn is that, like, my Mercury's Capricorn. So I probably do this too sometimes. I don't know how much I do or not, but, like, I know, like, I'm very blunt, but, like, the thing about Capricorn is, like, especially some sun signs, like, where I used to live, they're so, like, matter of fact, like, and I'm not sure if it's all just Capricorn that does this. Like, I don't know. But, like, about the personality or whatever. I mean, maybe it's other things mixed in with it, but the Capricorn does this thing where, like, they're like, well, that's what I meant. Like, and I'm like, can you just, like, not do that seriously? Like, you act like you have a bigger high horse than you do. Like, it's like, oof, like, there could be a misunderstanding of some sort, like, especially where I used to live. There are people like this, like, not so much on the internet, but like, they have to, like, establish that, like, when I might have misunderstood someone or something, I'm trying to, like, figure out what, like, they might have asked me a question, so I'm trying to answer it, but somehow, I don't know, some details, whatever, got a certain way, so I have to clarify something somehow. And but then they act all jerkish and high horsey, and they're like, "Well, that's what I meant." I'm like, "Get over yourself, seriously." Um, but sorry, excuse me. I have allergies. Um, so then there's my sun sign Aquarius. What I don't like about Aquarius, I love my zodiac sign. I love being an Aquarius. It's like if I had to pick another one, I wouldn't want to be anyone else. So I'll try to be honest, but I'm Aquarius. I love everything about my zodiac sign. But let's just say, like, if anything could get on my nerves, the disappearing act is really fun for me. Like, I love doing that, but, like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch more of my astrology videos or something. But or other people's. It's just a known fact that Aquarius does this disappearing act whenever there's emotions going on. But sometimes it can be over the top. It's not all the time, but sometimes it can be. Like when it's really not that emotional things going on, even they just love doing that. Um, anytime like it's like a thing with them, like it's like a hobby or something. I don't know. Fast, I mean, when it's not even maybe necessary. Um, it's when it gets like unnecessary. Sorry, I my nose is so running out of tons of allergies all the time. Um, it's not at first when it's legitimate, but after it gets not legitimate and they do it too many times, maybe that's what I don't like or something about myself. And there's Pisces. Pisces is nice to everyone, like they want to get along with everyone. But the thing is, Pisces is a mutable zodiac sign, so they can look two-faced in that wanting to get along with everyone thing. So even though I kind of like that about them, that they don't want to hurt anyone. So I'll be making more series soon. So comment on this one if you want.